I'm Bryn Berry. I've been the creative director behind this project, Confinement Theory. Confinement is present in two main ways in our contemporary society: prison and quarantine. Prior to the COVID-19 pandemic, many Americans were not personally familiar with long-term confinement. However, various lockdown and quarantine measures have certainly changed that. The installation confinement theory aims to connect these newfound experiences with low enforcement confinement to the other common American experience of highly enforced confinement within the carceral system. Both of these experiences of confinement can cause increased levels of anxiety, depression, suicidal ideations, and violent tendencies. Confinement theory does not aim to minimize the experiences of people in prisons by drawing this connection. Rather, it focuses on how quarantine measures can unintentionally mimic the conditions of prison. After all, both are processes of containment, one containing a potentially deadly pathogen, and the other containing a group of people who have been systemically and judicially deemed, quote, bad, unquote. Confinement theory is asking the user to ask questions about their own experiences throughout lockdown and quarantine. What if things were worse? What if you were locked in this room and had to watch the world move on without you? How frustrating would that be? How isolating? How heartbreaking?
Hello, my name is Jazmin, and my job for the Confinement Theory installation was to find a way to track users throughout the space. In the first iteration of the project, I decided to use the RealSense camera because of its depth capabilities. Using the SDK that Intel RealSense provides, I was able to visualize the depth, but also use the OpenVINO SDK to determine humans from objects and the space itself. From this technology, I then used a script to determine the user's XYZ coordinates throughout the space and attach it to the game object in Unity, as visualized here. I then used a script to determine the certain distance that we wanted the user to be able to be seen in the space. This allowed me to implement a way to block out passerbyers. In the last iteration of the project, we decided to use Touch OC in order to allow the user to be able to interact virtually with our installation.
Hey, my name is Zeke Murphy. When my partners and I first started our project together, we envisioned confinement theory as an installation piece. It would be viewed in a room filled with television screens that we wanted users to be able to walk up to and interact with. Due to COVID trends, however, we decided to switch confinement theory's final reveal from an in-person experience to a virtual one. From that point on, I was primarily responsible for utilizing the Unity game engine and recreating our vision of confinement theory. In its initial conception, we would utilize depth sensing cameras to animate the screens whenever viewers would walk up to them. Likewise, in our Unity representation, our screens are interactable based on the distance the viewer is from that screen. There were many iterations of confinement theory, from initial concept art, to early prototypes, to our final reveal. And with that being said, let's take a look at some of the features from our final iteration of confinement theory.